Hey everyone, how's it going? It is either or Randy Chavez coming at you today with a Veve OMI update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. For not, welcome back. I love y'all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, and subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon and smashing that super thanks button down below. And become a member. There's lots of perks, and also the Steve Cannon photo we all know and love. We'll have one left now. Anyway, today's video is really just going to be kind of OMI versus Veve NFTs, which is going to be better. And there's different modes of things. Like, you have people that really don't care as much about money, and they make too much of it to really parse and snip and be like, okay, well, if I buy this right now and then I flip into this, and I feel like a lot of people that do that really not worried about taxes. Let's say like day traders. I'm sure I know a few successful day traders, and I'm sure that they make quite a killing. Even swing traders, there's probably quite a bit more successful one of those as opposed to day traders. And I'm not gonna lie, the taxes that you have to pay for that is insane. Now, can they be wiped out by certain losses? Sure, you have tax harvesting things, but generally, and I've gone through this before. E-Trade did a study on, okay, guys, who is the best investor? Whether we're going to look at age, we're going to look at race, we're going to look at sex, we're going to look at who in the category is best at trading over the last 5-10 years. And I looked at all of their accounts, every single one, that the millions of people that use E-Trade. And interestingly enough, the ones who were the best investors were the ones who had died. What does that mean? Chavez, what are you going on about? They died, so they couldn't trade in their accounts. They couldn't sell here, they couldn't get emotional, they couldn't try to get cute and try to buy here and sell there. They just held. And consistently, those are the best traders. Those are the ones that had the most accounts. So I understand, like, hey, I got this because I bought into the hype and now, kind of everything's down, but I want to buy this to get that. Okay, well, what are you doing? Are you buying this to getting something that's a little bit more speculative? Are you buying this because, like, I understand that, 2 years ago you could buy anything on the app and 2 weeks later it was up. That was when we had very limited IP and we had maybe like 1 million NFTs. Now we have like 9 million NFTs over on the app. So we have so much. We might even have more than that. I'm just kind of ballparking here. It is very unlikely that that will happen again. Do you have certain things that are super scarce that'll always go up because of the scarcity? Sure, maybe. Do you have things that will always go up just because of the IP? Like, I don't care how many, Mickey Mouses there are. Some of those Mickey Mouses, I know a lot of them are down, but they're probably going to go regardless of what Mickey Mouse you have. And I don't think I have any Mickey Mouse on this platform. But regardless of which Mickey Mouse, if you buy today, when mass adoption comes, as more people get here, any Mickey Mouse is probably going to be higher in 2 years than it is today. Most likely. Again, it's not financial advice. But the reason I bring this up today is because somebody had mentioned on Facebook, like, oh, my vault value is going down every day. We need more users. We need more users. And, okay, fair point. We do want advertising. We do want more users. We do want, the pot of money that continues to go in here to get bigger. And how does that get bigger? You need more users, you need more money, and you need a certain type of user. You want people that are working full time or that are retired or whatever. Now, to get like the masses, would I rather have 100% of one whale's effort, or would I want 1% effort of all of these people just giving? You want 1% of the masses. You want everyone, but every single one of those masses are. A whale can, throw in 10, 50, 100 grand in there. But when you have 100,000 people putting in $10, that's a lot more than just what one whale can do. And the reason why I go over this is because there were other complaints saying, hey, Veve, stop hiring for doing more things, stop getting more IP, let's get more people onto the app for what we have now. And I understand where they're coming from. Their investment is not going to go up if Veve kind of says, hey, let's take all the IP that we have and put this on the market, and we have to have this IP we have to have on the market. I understand that. But David has said many times before, this is not an investing app. This is a collectibles app. And Do people such as myself and others use it as investing? Yes, they do. Are first appearances, especially ones that are scarce, are they a safe bet? I think they are, but again, not. Even though I do financially advise people, I'm not doing that to y'all. For example, a lot of the stuff at Decon, probably not going to go anywhere. A lot of the stuff. Some things I really like some of the Luke Chu stuff. I like the Mumbot has a one of one. I like certain Decon artists, but some of them I think have already seen their best days. Some of them are going to blow up. You don't really know which one's going to be which. But for the other ones, again, like the ones that I like, and again, I'm not saying like the Marvel Mighties. I know that if I get a Cassie Lang, I got one of her recently for $8.59. Now, if I think that OMI is going to do 100x from here, and it gets past 8.5 cents, okay, that's in 2 years, that's 100x. What does Cassie Lang have to do to keep up with that? Well, Cassie Lang would have to be over $1,000, because again, even if she gets to $1,000, you have that 8.5% fee. Okay, you have $9,150, and then the cash out. Okay, after you sell that $9,150, suddenly it goes to like $82.75 or something, because you have that 10% cash out fee. So even if Cassie Lang did do just a normal 100x and she goes to almost $900, it's not keeping up with OMI, because OMI you just sell once, that's it. There's not these 20% fees on top of that. So why do I buy Cassie? Why do I buy any of these Marvel Mighties? Oh, this sub 100's good. It's like $50, and I think it's undervalued, and it should be $200. Okay, yes, I do that a lot, but that's just for collecting. It's just to have them here. And are some of these things undervalued? Yes, and I'll obviously go over more than just the Marvel Mighties. That's just a thing I know super well, more than anyone else. But even I know, like, I spend money on these. Almost none of these are going to keep up with OMI. The things that could keep up with OMI, potentially, Partner Statue, the Secret Rare Spider-Man, and obviously I love the gold and silver Veve logo. That is my pride and joy. Is that going to do 100x? No. I do not believe the gold and silver Veve logo is going to be worth $443,000. I do not believe that. Because again, you have to think, all right, what's it worth? The gold and silver Veve logo, just the utility alone, I think, in my opinion, will be worth tens of thousands of dollars. But I don't think it keeps up. Like it's already gone up so high. This is already a future grail. It's in my top 5 on the app, but it's not going to keep up with OMI. Secret Rare Spider-Man, what does that have to do? That's to reach like $750,000. I think it can. Maybe not in 2 years, but I think it can eventually. And same thing with Partner Statue. I think that can do 100x. Now that would have to bring it up to $220,000, but I believe it can. Again, maybe not in 2 years, maybe in 2, I don't know. But the reason, okay, well, Chavez, don't you have 2 logos and you don't have a Secret Rare Spider-Man or a Partner Statue? Yes, you're correct. And part of the reason for that is just because the logo means more to me. I grew up on 90s Spider-Man, Peter Parker. That is my Spider-Man. That is most people's Spider-Man in the world. But I don't know, as many great stories and movies and shows that Spider-Man has given us and Marvel's given us, I don't know, Veve, they kind of gave me a little bit more opportunities than Spider-Man has. But again, just my opinion. When talking about why Secret Rare Spider-Man, I think will pump up. One, there's only 1,000 of them, and I know the Veve Gold and Silver logo only has 500, really 400-ish. But it doesn't matter. Even if Veve does become a household name, which I firmly believe it will, that Secret Rare Spider-Man, like everyone knows that. You could put the entire world on a map right there, throw a dart at it. It doesn't matter where you hit, as long as you hit land. They're going to know who Spider-Man is. Unless you have this uncontacted tribe in the Amazon or some other part of the world, they're going to know Spider-Man. They're going to know Mickey Mouse and, yeah, Walt Disney too. That's why everyone's going to want them. It's a flex piece. Will the Veve logo be a flex piece as well? Yes, absolutely, because that's your golden ticket to Veve, to these after parties, to getting free merch, to getting free collectibles, via airdrop, to getting to network with billionaires. And if you want to go network with billionaires, a lot of it's opportunity, a lot of it's putting yourself out there, a lot of it is going and saying, being in a position, and you can't do that if you're meek. You can't do that if you're just kind of sitting home on, whatever night. And it's, we're in finance, so we're going to meet people that have this type of thing, collectibles as well, but it's anywhere. Go to charity functions, go to church, go to, any place that a lot of money is being swapped around. You will be able to go and network with. So you don't need a gold and silver Veve logo to network with some of these millionaires, 100 millionaires, billionaires. But that's the shortcut if you want to go and network and associate with those people. Anyway, I've talked a lot about that. Moving on. And also at the end of the day, when you go and you have these people that are like Veve that is hiring, it's like, okay, why are you hiring this? Need more people on the app. How do you get to have more people on the app? You have to go and you hire people to make the app better. You have to go get new IP. You have to go, and you can't just rest on your laurels saying, okay, in 2021 when the app came out, we have DC. That's it. We're good. All right, we have Universal. We have Cartoon. Like you have to consistently do this. Other companies, other platforms that are kind of resting on the laurels, we have this IP, and that's it, and they're not continuously trying to grow, they are not going to make it. Example, Nifty's. Example, Recur. They're just not. Could one IP sustain? I don't know, maybe, but again, you need to have the right audience. Right now, Veve's the only one that has it, and this is another reason why I think OMI to the moon. I mean, this is why I'd much rather have OMI than a house. Because a house you have to consistently work at, you have to constantly every single time keep up with the property. A lot of things break on a house, and you're the only, your neighbors aren't going to come in and redo your driveway. Your neighbors aren't going to come in and lay brick. Maybe if you have like a family member that's really good at certain things, they'll do the side, they'll do something for you for free or at a super discounted price. But now that OMI is about to be a Veve product, and it's about to be offered by Veve, and it's about to have it's a Veve product now. It's no longer just in the hands of two men, Puddin' Cheeks and Reese. Now it is a part of the team, and you have like a dozen people working on OMI just to make it better, to make it fit into the app, to be integrated with it. Like those commercials that say get the ShamWow. You'll never think about how could you have lived your entire life without the ShamWow. I know it's a really bad example, but in the future we'll be like, how did this app ever work without OMI? How did the Veveverse ever work without OMI? You couldn't. It'll be impossible for new people to think like that. It's like kids nowadays, how did you live life without Google? It's going to be the same thing. How did the app work? How did Veveverse work? How did this all work without OMI? It's going to be a very, very wild transition, but I can't wait to see it. And this is why I think that OMI's better than 99% of cryptos out there. Yeah, every coin has a token that someone's working on, or every token has a team that at least one person is working on, but not like OMI. I mean, yeah, sure, there's people working on ETH, there's people working on other stuff, but this is just on that alone, the amount of manpower, the amount of brain power that's going into working on OMI is insane. Now, obviously, you're going to have some of that for people on Veve, on the opposite end of that go and say, hey, you might have your collectibles, but do you know what to do with them? Meaning, do you know how to set them with the Veveverse? Do you know how to make this game? Do you know how to prompt AI and ChatGPT and script and all this? And a lot of us just don't know how to do that. So there's going to be, in that sense, there's going to be other people that are working on your collectibles. If you go like this and you put in this script, you can do this and you can have this show in the Veveverse, on your land, on your home space, and that could work out for the collectibles. But at the end of the day, what we have here is kind of what the opposite of what Pokemon does. Pokemon will go and they will print a product, and if it's popular, they'll print a lot more. Veve already knows what's popular. They already know what people want. They print the product, and it'll catch on or it doesn't. A lot of the decon stuff doesn't really catch on maybe as much as it should. The other stuff is just stupid undervalued. Again, whether it's Secret Rare Miles Morales is already a grail. It's already in the 5 figures. But you have a lot of IP on here as first appearances of a lot of these characters. Like, I love the Marvel Mighties, but Deadpool Marvel Mighty is not the first appearance. The first appearance is Deadpool in his Christmas sweater. I don't know why they did that. Although it is kind of just like Deadpool to mess up his own first appearance. And it's really weird that you can put him behind a snow globe and the sweater comes off. I don't know why they did that, but they did. And yeah, I currently have 172 million. I'll get 170. I just have Comic-Con next month. Which, speaking of, we should be able to get another Marvel Mighties. We're definitely getting one in November. I hope we're getting another one in October for New York Comic-Con. There will be some exclusive drops. I don't know what they're going to be. I don't know if you have to be there to I'll keep you all posted. Anyway, guys, this is a comparison for here on why I think almost nothing on the Veve app is going to outperform OMI, and almost why a lot of stuff on the Veve app is kind of going to stay where it is. And yeah, as the bull market takes hold and people have their OMI, yeah, a rising tide raises all ships. But as far as it going back to all-time highs, many things will, especially things that are super scarce, that are locked up in suspected bot accounts, things that are highly coveted. Those will surpass their all-time highs. But there's a decent amount of stuff on here, even stuff that I have. For example, the Disney villains that I have I have both sets. They're cool. They have music, first appearances of some of these guys. They just don't seem that loved. They just don't seem that. I don't think they were even high to begin with. But let's say lenticular cards. I just don't know if Goofy is going to get back to $3,300. I think I didn't pay that much for him, but I paid like $3,000 for him. I don't know. I don't know what Goofy's all-time high was. I imagine it's $4,000, give or take. I don't think he goes back to all-time high. Does he go back to maybe 1,000? Sure, I could see that. But multiple thousand? I don't know. The stuff I really do see absolutely flying is the Frozen and Lion King collectibles. I don't have the whole set for Frozen. I just have Olaf and the pencil. But the fact that Anna, first appearance Anna, 909 of her, is $65 is ludicrous. And again, if I were to go and purchase her, okay, well, Chavez, if you think she's so undervalued, why aren't you purchasing her? I could put $60 there. And what does she have to do to keep up with OMI? Well, she'd have to be $6,000 to keep up with what I think OMI is going to do in 2 years. And I just don't think she's going to do that. But I do think some of these collectibles can go up before OMI, or at least at a commensurate rate, and even outperform OMI in the short term. I mean, OMI's just done nothing but go down the last 2 weeks. But again, peaks and valleys. Anyway, I've been going on a little too long about this. It's just my thoughts on it. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. Love you guys. Goodbye. Meow, 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 meow.